welcome to Communications from Home, which is my weekly evening show here at Star Nation's live stream shows on our main fan page at Facebook. So welcome. It is a cold, chilly night here in Toma, Wisconsin, and windy. It's cold, and it's only good that I didn't have to walk outside to get here. I drove up. I know for those who have been here, they're thinking, "Oh my God, you drove a block in a little bit." Yeah, it's cold. It's cold. So, welcome. And today's Tuesday, the last Tuesday of the month, November 26th. Can you believe that? Oh my gosh, it's right. Um, one of the things I want to do before we get going too far down the road, I wanted to find our live stream on Facebook. And I know it's here. I should have done this earlier. What I want to do is I've been practicing something that is relatively new to me anyway. I'm sure there's some people out there in Facebook land that has known about this for quite some time. But there's a way to be able to take our video and add a little bit of something cool to it. And I want to try it on this particular video. In the meantime, while I'm doing this, if you wouldn't mind sending the live stream video to a friend, perhaps your news feed, and just sending the love out there, right? Sending the love out there, and oops, better turn the sound down on this one because it's going to come up. It was supposed to be easier than that. Let's see. I got to find the right one. Here we go. Maybe this will do it. I got to turn the sound down. There we go. I found it. And it doesn't help with the bifocals. Let me tell you. How many people have that problem, right? So we're here tonight to do the guided meditation, Unity Breath. And with that Unity Breath, hey, that's not right. Rats. I thought I had it. Oh, well. Okay, I guess I'm not going to be able to do it that way. We're going to be doing the Unity Breath this evening, and that Unity Breath meditation is all about raising your vibration to the vibration of love, the frequency of love. We know that it's a key. It's a key to, it's a key to ascension. That's what it is. And so I'm going to be explaining just a couple of things to you so that before we get started with it, that we'd be able to, all right, I think I found it. No? That's weird. All right, I tried. Oh, well. There we go. There. Okay. So we are going to do this meditation tonight, and it really does have so much to do with your frequency and where you're living and creating from your heart. That's the key. And the key is about our connection to Grandmother Earth and Grandfather Sky. And so we're going to be getting started in just a second. I wanted to share one more thing with you, and that is tonight's the full moon, the new moon, I should say, the new moon, November 26th. And new moons are good for starting new projects, making new decisions, right? And why is this one important? Well, first of all, it falls on Tuesday during my show. The new moon actually begins at 10:05 Eastern time tonight. And so I thought, wow, we're so close to showtime with that one. Okay, so we're going to talk about it just a little bit. Okay, and the new moon is actually happening in my astrological sign of Sagittarius. And so when I took a look at it, it's when we make those decisions to start something new, right? And whatever that is, the next new moon that is in my sign is in 6 months. And I'm sorry, not new moon, full moon. The next full moon in my sign is 6 months from now. And they say, the astrologers say, that when we make that intention to start something new tonight, that in 6 months, we could be actually experiencing some completion to that intention. So I thought, what better night to do this, right? This guided meditation where we're going to be at the frequency of love. And so when you set your intentions on the new moon tonight, that your frequency will be at the frequency of love. It's a high frequency, right? So we're going to tap into that. We're going to tap into that information and that energy. Yeah. Yay. Let's see. I'm just going to take a quick look to see who's here. Hey, Barbie's here. Hello, Barbie. And do we say happy birthday to Barbie? I thought I saw something come across saying that it was Barbie's birthday. It's either today or tomorrow, or was it yesterday? I know I'm right in the vicinity. Let us know, Barbie, when that was, okay? Yeah, good. I gotcha. You got a birthday coming up. I know, we were just talking about that. Yes, mine is December 6th. That's on a Friday. Yeah, next week. And Andrea's here too. Hello, Andrea. And so is Rochelle. Hello, Rochelle. And she says she's grounded. Yay. Good one, Rochelle. I'm so glad that you do that. You're a good reminder for all of us to do that, right? And actually, we're going to do that tonight as a group. Okay? So this particular meditation is actually a very ancient way of being. And one of my teachers, Drenvalo Melchizedek, is the one who taught me this meditation. And he went down to visit the Kogi Mamos in South America. And this was years and years ago, okay? And the Kogi Mamos was talking to him about the language of no words. And what they were referring to was the language of the heart. And they explained it to him that there were they're holy people, they're medicine people. What they do is those initiates, they are placed in a cave, no light, for 9 days and 9 nights, no food, no water. And what they do is they face their fears there, right? And they also do, they say they dance. And it's more like a trance dance. It's not like going out to the disco or anything like that, or a nightclub. It's more like a rocking, a swaying. And so it's more like a trance dance. And they say that by the time the initiate comes out of the cave at the end of that 9th night, that they're fully human, meaning that they're in their hearts. And so when Drenvalo heard about this, he was thinking, how can we bring this to the Western world, right? Because industrial humans, that's us, we're not going to be able to do that, right? And so what he did was he found heart math, and because he figured that if we could trace the source of that energy, that energetic field, back to the source, then maybe we would be able to tap into it there. And so at Heart Math is where he learned all about an energy field that's created by our heart. And yeah. So that is the start of this, okay? This meditation, because he knew from the Kogi Mamos and other indigenous people all across the world, and let me tell you, we're all indigenous to somewhere, to some continent, right? That indigenous people have known about this for thousands of years. And so this meditation really is about remembering. It's not really a learning thing. It's a remembering. It's a remembering what it's like to be in that energy field of love. And so we're going to do that tonight. Okay? All right. See, Barbie says her birthday's tomorrow. Happy birthday, Barbie. And Renee, hello, Renee. Heidi ho, he says. And look, Mary's here too. Hello, Mary, and so is Teresa. Thank you for being here, ladies. I appreciate it. And all those who are going to be watching this as a recorded show, thank you too. Okay. All right. So I need to show you just a couple of things so that you understand what the meditation, when we get to certain parts of it. Okay. So I'm going to turn off the crawler and show you a couple pictures. Okay. So there is a part of us that is there all the time. Most of us don't realize it, don't remember it. But many of those people who have taken this class with me, Journey to Remembering or Awakening Illuminated Heart, um, or Flower of Life classes, you'll know about this. It's called the crystalline tube or the pranic tube. And that is a part of us that energetically runs through us from our just above our crown chakra to just below our feet into the earth. Okay. And it's called the pranic tube. And so it runs straight through the center of us. And what that does is that it brings in universal energy down through the top and up through the bottom. And it's a gentle flow of universal energy that occurs all the time. All the time. Yep. Every day, every night, 365 days a year. It is gentle flow. And guess what? The universal energy is already at the frequency of love. So we have love flowing through us every single day, all night, right? And many times all we have to do is turn our attention to it and remember that it's there. And we can easily raise our frequency or our vibration by tapping into that. Okay. I'm going to show it to you. And actually, let's see, here it is. We're going to show you this one. I like this picture. Now, this is a good depiction of it. I'm going to give it a solo here. That's the universal energy coming down from the top. And as you can see, it's going right down through the center of the human, right? And it's lighting up every single one of the chakras, the 7 anyway, right? So that's following the pranic tube or the crystalline tube. And I'll be actually asking you to turn your attention to that during the meditation. Some people may, here, I'm going to take that one down. Some people may recognize it as the Hara line if you study the chakra system, okay? May know it as the Hara line. As you can see, up near the top of the head, we've got energy coming down, and down below the feet, you'll see it coming up. And what it does, it meets in the heart chakra, right? Yeah. Okay, and we'll bring that one down. And guess what? Grandmother Earth, she has the same thing. Our bodies are built to replicate her, to emulate her. And so this is a nice picture of her pranic tube, her crystalline tube. And give it a solo here so you can really look at it. And so that darker line that you can see it running through the center of her, that's universal energy coming down through the top and up through the bottom. And when it does that, it's the circulation. That's what those lighter blue lights are about. It creates something called a toric field. A toric field. Okay. And that toric field, when you're looking at it from the top down, you're looking down at it, it looks like a donut. One of those old-fashioned cake donuts, okay? That's what it looks like because the energy is flowing and creating this energy field around. Okay. Yeah, I like these pictures. They're helpful to understand. And this toric field looks a bit like this. So our heart creates those toric fields as well Just like with Grandmother Earth, she creates those toric fields, and so do we. Right? And so that smaller one that's closer to the body, that's created by our heart. And so this is the part where John Velo was searching for, where is the source of it. And when he found it when he was studying with heart math, when he realized that was the source of that toric field, he realized that the tiny space of our heart is what is creating that. And they say that it is that the tiny space of our heart is the holiest place on earth. The holiest place on earth. Yeah. Because it's a unified field. It's not about polarity. Polarity is up in our head, in our mental mind. At our heart level, our energetic heart, there is no polarity there. So when we create from there, it's in the unified field. We get exactly what we are going to create and not the opposite, because sometimes that's happened when you create from your mind. You also get the opposite. Okay, because we live in a polarized planet, right? That's what we're here to learn all about, and how to bring those opposing forces together into that unified field. So all this, but it's important that you understand this piece. Okay. Now, whoops, I meant to get rid of that one. All right, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to bring up one more picture for you. One more. There's something else I'm going to ask you to do. I'm going to be asking you to bring to you images to your mind. Georgie's here with me. Images of Grandmother Earth, of everything that you love about Grandmother Earth. You know, those nature places, you know, parks and forests and your garden, any place that you really, really love. And it can also be your pets. Where is he? There he is. It can be your pets. It can be your children, your grandchildren, your nieces and nephews. You know, at whatever age that you had such a strong, loving connection to them. Okay. And you can bring their image to you. And what the most important thing is to really feel the love around those images. Okay. That's Grandmother Earth. And then I'm going to ask you to bring to you images of Grandfather Sky. And so it can be anything about the sky that you just love. Clouds, stars, the sun, the moon. The important thing, Georgie, come here, babe. Come on, we're working now. And really feeling the love that you have for Grandfather Sky. That's the important thing. Okay? Yeah. All right. And then what I'm going to ask you to do is bring to you an image of a sunrise or a sunset. Okay? Either a sunrise or a sunset. Doesn't matter which one, whichever one that you have the most connection to. Okay? Because you'll be bringing those images to you, and you really want to feel the love that you have for the sunrise or the sunset. Okay? Now, like I said, the most important thing is the feeling that you have around those images. So whatever it is about them that you just love and appreciate, is to really feel that. Okay. And it's okay if you skip around a bit and go from one image to another. That's okay, as long as you're feeling the love for it. That's the most important thing. Okay. All right. So I think we're ready to get started. I'm just going to catch up with you guys in the chat just for a quick second here. Rob says, I'm here, but I may fall asleep. That's okay. That's all right. That just means you need a little nap. Hello, Ellen. Good to have you here. Good to have you here. All right. So with this particular meditation, you can be seated in a chair. You can be on the floor, whether you're sitting on the floor or if you're lying down. I'm not going to be showing any more pictures so that you won't be missing any images or anything like that. As long as you can hear my voice That's the most important thing. Okay. If you're sitting on the floor, be comfortable. Okay. And not to have your legs crossed because we want to be an open circuit. So if you're sitting on the floor, sit there with your legs out like little kids do, right? Just be comfortable. If you're in a chair, make sure that your feet are flat on the floor and also that your spine is straight as possible. But we want you to be comfortable. So that might mean you may have to put a cushion or two behind you, okay? So I'll give you a second to get that done. Just to get comfortable. Some people take off their jewelry, their watches, their glasses to get comfortable. Right. I'm just watching George. Yeah. He's not used to being up here in the evening. He thinks we're up here to play. And we're up here to work, George. Because usually he's underneath the table holding space for us. All right. Okay, you got it. And for those who have studied with me, if you have your mindfold masks with you, you can put those on as soon as we get started, okay? All right. All right, getting comfortable. Thank you, Georgie. All right. So what I'd like you to do is just to take a huge deep breath in, really big deep breath, and really filling up your lungs and blowing it out. So it's like, okay, do that for me. Good. Good, good. I'm going to do that one more time. Big deep breath in and really blowing it out. Good. This helps us to get relaxed a bit. Yeah. Now, breathing easy and naturally. I'll be asking you to take another deep breath in just a second, okay? But this one, what I'd like you to do is when you take that deep breath is when you get to the top of that breath, is just to hold it for a second. And on the exhale, imagine seeing white mist coming from your mouth, okay? All right, here we go. Big deep breath in. Holding it just for a second. Exhaling and seeing the white mist. Good. Good. All right. I'm going to take another one, okay? Big deep breath in. Holding it just for a second. Exhaling and seeing the white mist. There. Good. Good. And then just closing your eyes if you haven't done that already. Just going to help you get relaxed a bit, okay? It's going to help with the imagery, visualizing. All right. All right. So just turning your attention to your feet. Just notice them. Notice how it feels if your feet are flat on the floor, right? What the floor feels like. Just turn your attention to them. And then turn your attention to your calves. Just noticing them. And then noticing your knees. Noticing how they feel. And now noticing your thigh muscles. Your thigh muscles. And noticing your hips. Just notice what they feel like. Taking a nice, easy, deep breath in. And as you exhale, you can feel your legs relaxing. Relaxing. And then turning your attention to your stomach muscles. And your diaphragm. Noticing the muscles across your chest. Taking a nice, easy, deep breath in. And as you exhale, you can feel your stomach muscles relaxing, your diaphragm relaxing, and the muscles across your chest relaxing. And now just noticing your low back, noticing how it feels. Noticing your mid back, and your shoulder blades. Noticing the tops of your shoulders. Taking a nice, easy, deep breath in. And as you exhale, you can feel your back muscles relaxing. Relaxing. Letting go. Now noticing your fingers in your hands. Noticing your forearms and your elbows. And now noticing your upper arms and your shoulder joints. Just noticing how they feel. Taking a nice, easy, deep breath in. And as you exhale, you can feel your arms and your hands relaxing. Relaxing. Turning your attention to your neck muscles. Noticing your jaw. And the muscles around your eyes. Noticing your forehead. And your ears. Taking a nice, easy, deep breath in. And on the exhale, you can feel your body relaxing. relaxing. With every sound that you hear and with every breath that you take, you just become more and more relaxed. More and more relaxed. In your imagination, imagine being surrounded by a white light. All the way around you. This is the light of the Creator's protection. And notice what it feels like to be bathed in the Creator's protection, in that white light. Imagine to yourself, or quietly to yourself, is to say your name, your birth name, quietly to yourself 4 times, calling to yourself, all aspects of yourself, to come home, to be with you now. Four times. Bringing yourself, your whole being, to the present moment. Good. Good. And now turning your attention to your crystalline tube. Noticing it. Noticing universal energy, that creator energy, coming down through the top. Golden light, sparkly golden light, flowing through you, down into Grandmother Earth, grounding you to Grandmother. And in your imagination, imagine this golden sparkly light with a gentle spiral, clockwise for women, counterclockwise for men, balancing you, grounding you, and noticing what it feels like to have that universal energy flowing through you, down through your crystalline tube. Now turning your attention to the universal energy flowing up through your crystalline tube. Universal energy flowing up through your crystalline tube. Flowing up and out your crown chakra. And notice what it feels like to have that universal energy flowing gently through you, through your crystalline tube, your pranic tube. And noticing what it feels like in your heart chakra to have both flowing through you. Just noticing. That's good. In your imagination, imagine bringing to you images of Grandmother Earth. All those images that you just love and appreciate about Grandmother Earth. A place in nature that you just feel is so beautiful and that you may have been there many, many times. Could be your own backyard, a park, by the ocean or up in the mountains. Noticing the ground beneath your feet, what it's like. Is it sand? Is it grass? Gravel? Pine needles? Noticing the trees and the stone people. Noticing the color of the flowers and their fragrance. So beautiful here. Noticing the sense of Grandmother Earth, her loneliness, perhaps a scent of pine or sea salt in the air. Just noticing. Perhaps it's a pet that you just dearly love. What their fur feels like, their eyes, how much you love them. Perhaps it's a child, your own child, a grandchild, a niece or a nephew, when they were small enough to be in your lap, giving you a hug. All the things that you just love about Grandmother Earth. Imagine gathering all of the love that you have for Grandmother Earth, gathering all of that love and placing it into a beautiful crystal. And with your intention, sending this gift of love down to Grandmother Earth's heart, down to her core. And quietly to yourself, telling her that you love her. Grandmother Earth, I love you. Grandmother, I love you. I love you. Sensing, feeling, seeing. Grandmother Earth's love coming to you, surrounding you, and filling you up with her love. Noticing what it feels like to be surrounded and filled up with her love. Where do you feel that in your physical body? Taking a nice, easy, deep breath in. And as you exhale, bringing to you images of Grandfather Sky, a night sky filled with stars. It's so beautiful. Those twinkly lights, those shooting stars. Full moon. The warmth of the sun. And perhaps it's a blue sky or puffy clouds floating by. So beautiful. So peaceful. Imagine gathering all the love that you have for Grandfather Sky, gathering it and placing it into a beautiful crystal. And with your intention, sending your gift of love up to the sun. And quietly to yourself, telling Grandfather Sky that you love him. Grandfather Sky, I love you. Grandfather, I love you. I love you. Sensing, feeling, seeing Grandfather Sky's love coming to you, surrounding you, and filling you up with his love. Noticing what it feels like to be surrounded and filled with His love, and where you feel it in your physical body. Good. Taking a nice, easy, deep breath in, and on the exhale, bringing to you images of a sunrise or a sunset. It's a gift that we're given twice a day. We get to see, sense, and feel how much Grandmother Earth loves Grandfather Sky, and how much Grandfather Sky loves Grandmother Earth. They show us their love in the beauty of the sunset or sunrise. It's so beautiful. Noticing their love for you, their child. The Divine Mother, the Divine Father, and you, the Divine Child, creating the Holy Trinity right here on earth. Taking a nice, easy, deep breath in. And as you exhale, coming back to the present moment, the present time, back to our live stream show, back to your living room or kitchen or bedroom. Coming back, wiggling your fingers and your toes, stretching. And when this feels complete for you, you can open your eyes. And I'd appreciate it if you would let me know by dropping it in the comments that you're back. The unity breath. It's all about love. It's one of my favorite meditations. I do it as often as I can. Sometimes, especially when I first learned it back in the early 2000s, I would practice it everywhere. I'd be standing in line at the grocery store or at the post office when we used to go to the post office. And I would bring images to me of Grandmother Earth or Grandfather Sky and making it my memories of them so, real that I could literally smell, her loaminess or the rain or whatever it was that I was bringing to me. Yeah. So Kimberly, she's back. She says it's wonderful. Thank you. Andrea's back. That was amazing. Thank you. You're welcome, Andrea. Rochelle says, reluctantly, yes, I am back. I know it feels good, but you know what? Most guided meditations, what they do is they will lead you to a certain place to have a certain experience, and they'll lead you back to the place that you began. Okay. If you noticed in this particular guided meditation, I didn't lead you back. I left you in your heart. And so you're at the frequency of love. And the more often you do this meditation is you remember how to hold that frequency for longer and longer periods of time. So one of the things you can do tonight is just to notice when it starts to fade, right? That you can tell the difference between being at the frequency of love and not being there, right? And since you're already there, yay, now is a good time to make your intentions about the new moon, because whatever you create, you're going to be creating from that space of love, right? And in the work that I do for ascension, for the journey of remembering, is it's not what we create, but it's how we create it. And so when we create from our heart, that unified field, um, whatever we're creating is no longer in polarity. Okay. So tonight's a good night to do that. Ellen says, lovely, we'll replay. Absolutely. That's the joy and the blessing, right? That we have the recording. Like seconds we're done, you can replay it. And you can also download it. You can either download it from here, from Facebook, or you can go out to our YouTube site by later tonight, for sure tomorrow morning, and it'll be at our YouTube site, and you can download it from there or save it from there. And Mary says, love this. Thank you. I agree. Yeah, those ladies. Oh my gosh. All right. So you're in the frequency of love. It'll be interesting to see. Let us know, really. Let us know your intentions for your creations. You know what? In 6 months from now, when we have the full moon in Sagittarius, we'll check back in to see, what has come forth from your manifestation, from your creation. Yeah, good one. Teresa says, we'll be using this again. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. And probably this is a good time to let you know that, this meditation is one that I use in the class, Journey to Remembering. It's all about that frequency of love and creation. And so we just had this class, not this past weekend, but the weekend before. And from that class, I realized that there's aspects of that class that we could use online. And so I'm going to be holding those mini classes online to deliver the information that supports you in taking the in-person class, where we would cover the creation piece and also activating your organic Merkaba. And and so I was thinking about doing that in March, if not March, June for sure. It's going to be one of those 2 months that we do the in-person class. And so we're going to be setting up those online classes to cover the basic introductory kind of information, so that you're all prepared to take that in-person class. Yeah, for those of you that are interested, right? Yeah, I love this meditation. Like I said, I've been doing it for a long time, and I do it as often as I can because, like I said, it's a process of remembering, and the more often we do it, we do hold that frequency for longer and longer periods of time. It's like exercising a muscle in a way, right? We gain some strength with it, some endurance, some stamina with it. And so we're able to hold it for longer periods of time. Yeah. And just notice tonight when it starts to fade, right? And you're also protected. For those of you who have protection methods that you do morning and evening, you're covered tonight because you're surrounded by the Creator's white light, right? So you're able to go to bed all protected, all tucked in. All right, so I'm going to share a couple of things with you guys. We got a few minutes here. And we have a couple of shows coming up for you tomorrow. We have 3 of them tomorrow. 3 of them. We have the Spiritual Roundtable tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. And that's my afternoon show once a week. And it is about the card draw that I do in the morning. It's for the group. And we get to sense the energy that's flowing for us for the week. And more importantly, you know what it does? It sparks a spiritual conversation. And let me tell you, those conversations in the chat they're pretty good. We've learned so much from each other and from the energy that's flowing through the cards that day. So join me at 3 p.m. Eastern time. From right here, right where we are tonight. I do almost all of my live stream shows from the main fan page. And so that's at 3 p.m. Eastern. And right after that show at 4 p.m. Eastern is Nature Adventures. And with my co-host, Minnie Kansman, that's our weekly show. And Minnie and I, we're going to be talking about the spirit of place. There's some places, the spirit that resides there pulls us there. All those sacred sites, right? And you know what? We all have one, right? There's a certain place that we return back to, or we have it on our bucket list, right, to get to. Some people like it's Machu Picchu, or for me, it's always Ireland. And those kinds of things, right? And different places around here too in Wisconsin. I'm going to be sharing a few of those places with you during the show tomorrow. So that's at 4 p.m. Eastern time for Nature Adventures. And then at 6 p.m. Central, 7 Eastern, okay, 7 o'clock Eastern, is Soul Connections with Polly Jo LeBay. And Polly Jo, that's that evening with her where she does the healing meditation at the first half, and the second half is all about the card draw. And let me tell you, that has turned into one of the most favored parts of her show, her weekly show. So join us for that. For those of you who have ever gotten a reading from Polly Jo, right? I know that is she's so spot on. Rochelle says I highly recommend the journey. Thank you, Rochelle. Rochelle was at this last one, and yeah, I think it's hard for me to select which part is my favorite because there's so many pieces in there. But the healing day is by far the most beloved part of that class because we get to remember what it's like to be surrounded by unconditional love and to give unconditional love. And so, yeah, my favorite part. So hopefully you guys can join us for one of those three, I almost called them classes, one of those 3 shows tomorrow. And you know what? Then we're heading into Thanksgiving. For those that are here in the U.S., you know that it's an annual holiday for us for giving gratitude, for being thankful. And I know that there's some controversy around that, especially when you're Native American. Yeah. Hopefully we can heal some of that, right? Can't forget, shouldn't forget the history behind it, but we can forgive and heal around the trauma around it, right? Yeah, that's what I learned a long time ago is keep the life lesson so you don't have to redo it. Keep the life lesson, but heal and let go of any of the trauma that's around it, right? And so I worked on that piece for around Thanksgiving, probably since I was in 7th grade. And I think I've done a lot of layers to it. Yeah. And Mary said the whole weekend was wonderful. I know what you mean. Even the snacks were good. We had healthy snacks. Even the snacks are good. So happy Thanksgiving to those who celebrate it, who partake in it. And yeah, it's a good, we're supposed to get snow tonight or tomorrow, something like that. I don't think it's coming. I don't think it's going to hit us. So anyway, we're at the top of the hour. I am so glad you guys were with me tonight. I appreciate it. And I hope you enjoyed the meditation. And we'll be back here for Communications from Home next week, Tuesday. I don't know what I'm going to be doing yet. I'm sure it's going to be something good. Spirit's going to give us something good. But the last weekend, or the last Tuesday, I should say, the last Tuesday of every month is we do the guided meditation, Unity Breath together. And so we'll be back together again at the end of next month for the same meditation. All righty. Let's see. One more. Renee says, thankful for the light and love you all at Star Nations share. Aw, thank you, Renee. You know, we get to use our gifts. We apply our gifts. And whenever any of us do that, we get to have our soul shine through, right? Right. So it feels good. So thank you, Renee, for that compliment. those kind words. So with that, enjoy the rest of your Tuesday evening and make those intentions while you're at the frequency of love. Okay? All right. Bamamina, you know what that means? In Potawatomi, it means until we see each other again. Love you guys.